what's up? This is DNA. But as you can see, Avi is not here. She is sick, which means this is a DNA special. Unfortunately, my life is not complete without Avi. So, today I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to draw a realistic eyeball. Whatever you wanna call it, really. So, you'll need a sketchbook or paper, stone if you want, just like charcoal and stone. Go all old-fashioned. Just anything you can make marks on. And a utensil too. Magic, guys. First, you have to find blank pages in your sketchbook. First, what you will do is just draw a circle. You know, just a plain old circle like that. I messed up, sorry about that. The first thing I do, I mess up. And then you'll just draw like, you know, the shape of the eyeball. You can look at mine if you want to. I mean, I can't like see you look at my eyes, so this is about the shape of an eyeball. I'm hoping it's pretty similar. Really what you do is you will draw a rainbow kind of above the circle, and then you kind of curve it a little bit. Most people will do eyes. No, they'll still do the circle, and then they'll do the rainbow thingy. See, that's right so far. But then they'll go all like, woo! But eyes are just kind of curvy down there, okay? Now you just draw another circle, and it depends on where you want it to look. Like, if you want it to look straight at you, if you want it to look to the side, then you make the eye, pupil and the iris to the side. So I'm just gonna do mine straightforward. So if you never learned this in school, the iris is the colored part of the eye and the pupil is the black part where you see out of. So the bigger circle on the outside is the iris and that is the pupil. Change it how you need it, okay? Some people's irises are just bigger, some people's are smaller, some people have just black eyes. You'll want to add a shine to the eye. The shine is just that white dot, or like, you can make the shine whatever shape you want, really. Like, it doesn't matter, it's just whatever shape the light that's reflecting off your eye. You definitely want a shine, because if people don't have a shine in their eye, that means that they're dead. You can just like erase part of it to make a shine too. Make it look shiny. This is just the beginning part of the eye. If you have that down, then the rest should be pretty easy. The rest is just shading to make it look realistic. So with shading, you need shadows and highlights. I have charcoals, but that's not like a common thing, so I'm not gonna use charcoal right now. I mean, if you guys want me to use charcoal in another video, I can. First with the shading is we'll shade this whole top part. I'll show you. You just darken up the whole top part. The whole top part is a bit darker because your eyelid is covering your eye, so it makes it darker. And then also shade in the pupil since it's black. It doesn't really matter when or what order you shade things in. This is just how I do it. So, you know, just like that, and go around the shine, or else it's not a shine. And definitely pause this video whenever you need to. I might tend to go a bit faster because I've done this before. But yeah, so right now you should have the pupil shaded in and the top. Now we're gonna just lightly kind of darken up the bottom. So just like that. With the iris, you usually have a rim around it, unless you have brown eyes, because then it's just brown. There's like a rim around your colored part of your iris. So you want to darken that up a little bit too. So this is what it should look like. So now we're just gonna like make some gray parts, kind of like smooth it out. Another thing is, if you look really closely, your eye, it'll have little lines in it, like where the iris is. So we'll just do a few lines. So at the top, I do some lines like right there. And then I just do half lines around like that, and you'll do that all the way around. And then right in here, you'll do some really tiny lines. they'll connect up with the longer lines. It's because your iris has a little bit of shine in it too. This is all the darker part done. Now we can just shade. So this part, you can make this a lot darker. So you'll shade it all the way around, just like that. Like that. And you can even go a little bit darker on that too. And you'll also shade kind of down here because your eyeball is a circle. So like that. Yeah. Just, you know, just kind of like that. On the one where people usually do, this bad example is exaggerated, okay? Like highly exaggerated. So, you know, they'll get all that part right and stuff. And then they will just like shade it in like that. But the corners are really important. This would be if like your eyeball just was like a rectangle. If your eye was a rectangle, then it wouldn't as much go down in the corners. So that's why the shading at the corners is like really important. And sometimes people are scared to shade it in like really thoroughly because they're scared they're gonna like mess up. But I'd say like definitely go for it. I mean, if you make it darker and it's in the right spots, that's how you make it look realistic, okay? That's just what I find. You're almost done with this eye. Just the iris needs shaded in. And if you want to do a brown eye, usually, well, brown eyes are darker than colored eyes. I'm gonna do a colored eye. What you do is around the iris, you just kind of shade it in. Do like a layer of shadiness right there, and then you'll do one on the top too. Just like that. And since your eye does have a shine in it, the iris does too, so you can like fill in that a little bit. It doesn't really matter where. So, you know, just kind of like that. And then to blend it in, if you can see, I've like blended it in right there and stuff. You can just use your finger. It does get like a little bit. Don't quote me. That is finished eyeball. You can add like the eyelid line. For some reason, I don't really have it. Like, if I do that, you can see it. Most people have one regularly, just like that, you know. Depends on like how you want them to look and stuff. I mean, if you want them to have no eyelid, then that's fine too. And then there's also a line kind of down there. So, you know, just like that. And it's not an eye bag, it's just where the muscle is when you move your eye up. You can see it when it goes up. And then you just kind of shade around that as well. Oh gosh, I almost forgot eyelashes. So with eyelashes, how I do them is I do them kind of wispy. But like, you'll go to the end of the eye, and then you can do a curvy thingy like that. And then you just kind of do that the whole way up. So, you know, stuff like that. I do the dominant eyelashes first. Those are like the ones that you can see easier. And then you just kind of fill it in with a bit lighter eyelashes. Just kind of like that. You can do some longer, you can do some shorter. Eyelashes are just all different, like everyone's are different. So yeah, just like that. And then on the bottom ones, you basically do the same. I usually do them just on this half, but if you want it really realistic, you can do some really tiny ones like down there. So that's how I usually do the bottom ones. They're not as big or dark. So yeah, you can do some like really small and light ones down there too. And then, so pencil has this really annoying habit, like any pencil, it doesn't matter, like lead, number 2, whatever that is, charcoal, any pencil, has this really annoying tendency to continue just rubbing off. And like, you'll like close the page and then reopen it and there'll be like a whole bunch of smudges there and like it'll be all faded and stuff. So what you have to do is just either like keep filling it in with like more lead, or I think there's this special kind of spray you can get that'll like keep it in place, or you can even like laminate it and stuff and then it doesn't. This is my finished product. I'm really happy with this. It looks pretty great to me. Guys, please do not get discouraged if it doesn't look if yours does not look like mine. Guys, I've done this a lot of times. Like, it's been tried and true and stuff. I've practiced drawing eyes and like, I do faces too. So I have like nose, mouth, ears. I like doing ears. I practiced all of them so much. I remember when I was a kid, I would like watch drawing videos and I would like focus on every little part and I could not get it right. And I'd get so depressed and I'd be like, I can never draw that. I've done this a lot, okay? Do not get discouraged. Definitely keep drawing. I mean, it's totally different from my, DNA usually does. This is just my DNA special since Avi's sick, which I'm so sad. Everyone needs a bit of Avi in their life. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Definitely like and subscribe. And comment down below what you want our next video to be, if you liked this video, etc., etc. DNA out.